G'day and welcome back to ShadowRan Hong Kong. It's time for the traditional chat with everyone in Heoi part of a post-run cooldown. So, we'll start with Crafty Shu, I guess. Back so soon? Tell me what you need and I'll see what I can do. You look dog-tired. You feeling alright? I've been better, if that's what you mean. Going through these notebooks has been hard. Not just because of the sheer amount of info, it's been a nostalgic ride too. If these journals are kicking your ass, you can always stop. Your health comes first. No way, I dug myself way too deep. Pretty sure that we've had this conversation before. But anyway, I've made progress and I'm proud of it. Yeah, as soon as I figure out these dreams, the sooner I can rest. And trust me, Ranneko, I'll make up for it in spades and naps. If that's your plan, remember to pace yourself. You won't get anything done if you get sick. You make a good point. I appreciate the advice, but don't worry, it's not a total slog. These journals are just as exciting as they are laborious. Alright, well, let me see what you're selling. No. Do you think you could send me a copy of the notes? Already a step ahead of you. I just finished digitally transcribing the information, and I'll send it your way as soon as I find my terminal. That'll be great. Appreciate it. You're welcome. Expect him soon. I'll let you get back to it. Okay. I think we might have hit the point where we've got the things that we need from her. For the ending, let's see if the convo with Jin is any different. Look is back. You guys all still having the dreams. Yep, but they've gotten worse. Okay, that actually was slightly different, but because we didn't have the interruption and the request to hurry. But no. Alright, let's chat with Reliable Matthew. Hey, beautiful. Good to see you. Let's set you up, shall we? Okay, so no new conversation there. We should check his stocks. Nope, no better things available from him. We could get better armor, but I mean, what we want to do mostly is save up for a better rig. There's Captain Jomo. I'm not gonna go to the Mahjong parlor, so it's looking like this one might be a relatively quick one so far. It's only been a couple of minutes. Hey, Maximum Law. How's it going? I'm here for... Yo, Ranneko! How can I style you out for the carnival? What you need? Okay, so... I really want to get this, but I do not have anywhere near enough cash. I can sell off my crappy in stash. It is still in stash. I can sell this off, but that doesn't actually get me a whole lot, does it? Yeah, I'll sell it now, so it's sold. See you later, Law. Yep, so no new conversations there. Gonna continue avoiding the bar because that has conversations I mostly don't care about. Who are you, human transient? The gibbering transient wheels to face you, his eyes bulging out of his skull. He's a young man, probably in his late 30s, but his hair has gone bone white. He reaches towards you with hands hooked into claws. The entire body begins to tremble. You've seen them! I know it! I can smell it on you! He reaches his hands to his face and claws his cheeks, his fingernails digging into his flesh. The devil's the ones that are coming, the runt that leads the pack. Another transient glances over at you. Got into town yesterday. Came in on the same boat we did. Seemed normal enough at the time, but now it's gone stark raving mad. I am not mad. I've seen them. They're coming. They're on their way here right now. What'd you say? There are hundreds, all different, but all the same. A giant with legs of a boar, the jaws of a baboon, a woman in jade and gold with 100 blind eyes, a runt at the head of the pack, slim and beautiful with arms like jaws and an ivory crown. They're all coming, all clawing at the gate, and she is already slipping through. He seizes up his eyes roll back into his head. He falls to the pavement. When he hits the ground, he doesn't give up. Get up. He isn't breathing. I think he's dead. Check his pulse. You kneel and press your fingers to the fallen man's neck. Nothing. The transient stares down at the fallen man's body, her brow furrowed. To hell with this place. Getting out of here. I know it's none of my business, but you should do the same. I'd love to, but I can't. Your call. Best of luck. Okay. Cool. Cool. Definitely what you wanted to see. Homeless man going mad with the dreams and everything. Okay, as you approach Shin's boat, you spot a number of children peeking out of the below decks area. They're dressed in ratty clothing with stained and tattered shirts. All the same. They look well fed and healthy, albeit a bit grimy. As soon as they spot you, they disappear into the below decks. Make sure the bilge pump is reconnected after your reoiler. I don't want to slowly sink to the bottom of the river because you decide to cut corners. They're not the most skilled assistants, but I like being able to keep them fed. What can I do for you? Where'd you find the kids? I didn't. They found me. Shen shrugs and grins crookedly. They heard about the tried monk will feed kids in exchange for odd jobs. After meeting the rest of my crew, I think they got a little infatuated. Don't think they hear it when they... they think I don't hear it when they play it being Spider Shen and White Ming, but I do. That's cute. Yeah, I think so too. That's why I look the other way. I don't want to embarrass them. Besides, it's kind of flattering to have them look up to me. My very own fan club. I remember what it was like to be those kids. No one cares if you live or die. So I told myself when I started to make it, I'd give back to the community. That's how the trial started, you know? Self-protection and community service. We can't help out a community, we're no better than the beggars. Here I was thinking you were a bad monk. I am a bad monk. Sure, I meditate and say the sutras, but that whole vow of non-violence thing's the lesson I keep forgetting. What it comes down to, though, is I don't care. I didn't become a monk because I was a true believer. I did it because of a ticket out of the gutter. The skills I learned there I can use to improve things here. Shen leans back against the cage's arms folded. So it's an altruism thing? You're at the edge of the walled city, Ranneko. That's the kind of hellhole that gets created when we let the megas get their way. I've had people moralize and preach at me about being a better person. To hell with that. Shen spits off the side of the boat, scowling. You know what happens to nice people who aren't rich? They get killed, they get kidnapped, they get taken advantage of and shoved in a dark hole that they can't climb out of, just because it saves a few pennies for someone who already has wealth beyond measure. So I spiked them. I figured the moral thing to do is put an iron spike right in every one of those bastards' foreheads. The corporate bigwigs, the corrupt cops, the slave traders. I have the skills to protect my friends. I'm not afraid to use them. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Definitely. Alright, so one last place to stop. Let's go to Chrome Alley. And with that, we will actually be done in record time for a Heoi Conversations. So much so that I'm actually going to need to combine this with the previous conversations. I guess we'll have a conversations chapter, I think. Ambrose lies limp in his wheelchair while his spider drone tinkers delicately on a huge bionic lower leg, which appears to be attached to a dismembered troll thigh. Ambrose reanimates as you draw near. Ranneko? I'm doing some delicate work here, just reaching a good point to pause, actually. Okay, what's up? Is that someone's leg? It will be. It's a vat-grown biological upper on a cybernetic lower. I'm merging the two together. It's gonna give this poor guy the upper leg he wants back with the lower leg he needs. His voice is hushed. You're interested, huh? Okay, check this out. I'll be back. Ambrose goes limp. Half a dozen robotic arms suddenly pulse in a balletic surge of activity, working on the leg, bristling with needles, scalpels, forceps, microsolderers, glue, and various other tools. For several minutes, there's no sound but a quiet clicking in the hum of machinery. When the work is complete, the slender robotic arms draw back. They hover near the ceiling around the operating area like giant, attentive stick bugs. Ambrose's eyes flutter back open. He continues talking, hardly skipping a beat. This guy works in the tunnels with his feet in sewage all day. He got some kind of flesh-eating trench rot. Went right up his leg. Nearly killed him. Had to amputate at the hip. So I'm giving him his upper leg back, but using a chrome lower leg so it won't happen again. That's pretty cool, Ambrose. This is nothing. You should see what they're doing in research now. Growing tissue so it interweaves with mechanical matrices. Wild shit like that. Supposedly, they can now genotype a fetus in the first trimester, take a stem cell from it, and grow upgraded organs for it by the start of the third trimester, then implant them in utero and still have a natural birth. It's incredible. That's the start of superhumans. Speaking of superhumans, I bet you are not here to talk about this leg. What happened with Karen? She betrayed me.
She left me here.
He nods towards a small framed picture of his impressive home-built computer.
That's Karen.
Inspect the picture. The picture is of a serious-looking Filipino woman in a black tank top. Her neck, shoulders, and arms are chiseled with lean muscle, spotted with tattoos. She looks vaguely annoyed at the camera. Semper Fidelis is visible in Gothic script tattooed across her chest. A trans-Catholic rosary hangs on the picture, a crucifix with a delicate kanji yantra overlaying the center. In the picture, the rosary is visible around the woman's neck.
Karen quit ShadowRan 2. Supposedly, she made a full recovery. She started delivering drugs to smugglers. She was my main conduit for drugs and cyber.
Ambrose shakes his head gently.
She just stopped caring about anything. Maybe it was the brain injury, but I don't think so. I think everything she'd ever done started catching up with her. I could see it in her eyes.
Take your time. I'm listening.
She couldn't sleep, wouldn't take meds for it. I didn't think she wanted to get better. One day she was here. We were behind the curtain. I went out front to talk to someone.
Ambrose presses one of his remaining fingers into the side of his neck.
She took her butterfly knife and set the point right here. She pushed the blade right through, out along her trachea. Sliced through everything outside of that, severed her own carotid artery, like she was removing a century. That was it. Done.
Ambrose stops. He holds his hand over his mouth for a long moment. When he continues, his voice is thick.
She did it right there, on the operating table. There wasn't even a thump. That was Karen. Efficient, ruthless, considerate in her weird way. Could never live by her own moral commandments. Could never ask for what she needed. Requiescat cum Deus, Karen Santos, Aum Kali Mater Magna, Aum Jesu Christe, Swami Noster.
He gives you a sidelong glance.
I'm not trans-Catholic, I'm not into religion at all, but I try to honor her in that way.
Complete the prayer for the dead and dying. Ambrose silently bows as you recite a string of words in Sanskrit and Latin, invoking Karen to rejoin the trans-Catholic concept of universal oneness, the Atma Brahma of the Holy Ghost. Ambrose joins you in the final recitation.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Amen.
His eyes are shining when he looks back at you.
Thanks, Ranneko. I never learned it in full, even though she said it over me every day when I was all messed up.
Ambrose looks silently at Karen's picture, then eventually turns back to you.
Ripshot's dead. My old hood in Chicago's in the containment zone. And Karen, well, she was my best friend. Ever. I'm the last man standing. So here I am. I think I survived for a reason. So it could make other people's lives better. That's what I'm trying to do. Life's what we make it, right?
Yeah, Ambrose. Life is what we make it.
Here, you want a drink? We should have a drink.
A robotic arm flings open a cabinet and clatters inside it and swings across the room, clutching a sapphire blue bottle.
This here is Lambanog. It's a Filipino coconut vodka. Have a shot with me.
Sure. The robotic arm pours 2 shots. It swings one over to you. Ambrose gingerly takes the other in his ruined hand and holds it up.
To fallen friends.
May they rest in peace. You swallow the shots together. The strong raisin-flavored liquor burns going down. Ambrose looks around in stony silence. Then his gaze settles on you, lonely.
It used to be a real piece of work, Ranneko. When I got busted up, for the first time in my life, I had to rely on other people. Broke, hunted, and close to death. Not so different from how you showed up, except for the death part. Someone here owed Karen a favor. The people of Heoi took care of us. Now I think, if I did so much harm in my past life, how much healing can I do in this one?
Ambrose sighs and clutches his shot glass against his chest like a religious talisman. He looks thoughtfully at you.
It's more than I've told anyone in a good long time. It does the heart good, Ranneko. Thanks. Well, Arocta's life is busy. Better wrap this up.
Thanks, Ambrose. It was a privilege to listen.
Glad to know you, Ranneko.
Alright, let's see your services. Med supplies. Do we want any med supplies? So, I mean, this would give us a good second shop. We've already got one. And is there anything at all in the cyberware that we would give a crap about? I mean, this is like a... If I spent 3 karma and 1,000 Nuyen, I would be immune to grenades.
That's not bad. It's not great, mind you. It's just not bad. Otherwise, I really don't think so. Like, if I spent 6 karma, I could get a super thyroid and boost all my physical stats, but I don't care about them. So really what you're looking at is, like, armor will be useful. I keep looking at this because I feel like there should be something useful here, but there really isn't. Alright, this could be useful, but I am not going to spend 3 grand, and it requires 5 in cyberware affinity, so that's a ton of karma too. That's a problem with having cyberware affinity as a requirement for a bunch of these things. So the encephalon, that could be useful, right? That'd be worth, but that'd cost me 2 grand. That I could consider doing. That's about it. But I think I'd rather just have the money for other stuff. Goodbye, Ambrose. Time to go. Cheers, Ranneko. Talk to you later. Alright, and like, I've got 22 karma right now, right? I could pick up another etiquette for 15 of it. But I don't really want to do that. I could get... Okay, I've got, for 18 karma, I could make my drones significantly more dangerous. That's kind of where I'm thinking at the moment. I just need to do it before the first combat of wherever we go. Alright, well, you know what? Actually, I'm just going to do that now. Let's spend our karma, and then we will head to the sinking ship and help out our friend. Okay. What does this even do? Anything for us? No, nothing. Okay, so boop, boop, boop. There we go. So drone combat is now gonna give our drones 3 AP. And this is before we get 3 AP in the game. So that's a big boost in their combat effectiveness. Okay, so let's go do the thing for let's go help Gobbet